The self-improvement industry is ruining your life. Self-improvement has become a multi-billion dollar industry and it appears everywhere in businesses, podcasts, books, courses, all over social media and countless products that promises to turn us into a better version of ourselves. And while growth is important, the constant pressure to improve can also make us feel as though we are never disciplined enough, successful enough, or even attractive enough. And instead of helping us appreciate who we are, self improvement can become another form of comparison that convinces us we are just permanently incomplete. And real growth may not begin with asking, how can I fix myself? It may begin with understanding the value that you already possess. And think of it as a supply. Your supply includes strengths, personality, passions, knowledge, relationships, and all of your life experiences. So you have this supply here. Then you need to identify what the demand is in the world. So in this demand, what the world around you genuinely needs is what that demand is. And this demand might appear through challenges in a community or problems faced by individuals that need your help or unmet needs within your family or situations in which your abilities could make someone else's life better. And when your personal supply meets a meaningful demand, you begin to discover what is known as purpose. And you stop improving yourself simply to appear more successful and better than other people. And you start developing yourself so you can become more useful for others. And this understanding can completely change your trajectory because it gives you growth, and that growth gives you a direction. And you are no longer chasing every new habit, trend, or definition of success. You are strengthening the qualities that allow you to contribute to something way beyond yourself. However, discovering that direction is only the beginning. Your life changes through repeated commitment. And out of all the things I'm talking about, this is really, really important. The brain is capable of adapting through a process known as neuroplasticity, and you know what that is. Each time you practice a behavior or respond to a challenge differently or remain committed to a meaningful goal in your life, those neural pathways in your brain associated with that behavior are reinforced and they create these pathways in your brain. And at first, a new habit can feel very unnatural because your brain is accustomed to following older patterns in a certain process in a certain way. But with repetition, those newer connections become stronger and the behavior begins to feel more automatic in your life. And this is why commitment matters more than temporary motivation because all this self improvement and BS kind of gets in your head and gives you motivation, but with this motivation, it may encourage you to begin, but repetition is what's important, and that teaches your brain who you are becoming. And every workout, every difficult conversation, or focused study session, or these decisions to just continue strengthens a pathway inside of your brain. And missing once does not destroy your progress, but it consistently returning to that action or path of everything that's going on in your life will gradually change to a default response that you just live out day to day. And eventually, what once required intense discipline in your life can become part of your identity. And you are not simply forcing yourself to act differently day in and day out. You are training your mind and shaping your life around a new pattern. Real self improvement is not about endlessly searching for what is wrong with you. It is about understanding what you have. And like I was talking about earlier, that supply and taking that supply and recognizing where it is needed, a demand, and committing yourself long enough for your actions, your mind, and your future to change.